Podcast. This is Gaming with Austin. Let's check this. Currently on episode 18. The reason I didn't start earlier, like 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, is because I was busy fixing a laptop. That was what I was doing. I was too busy fixing a laptop. Its hard drive shared a similar fate to my 500 gigabyte hard drive. And Windows 10 is currently installing on the 2-in-1 right now. Let's focus on building a house, and also talk about the 2-in-1. It's an Asus Transformer book, 15.6 inch, with an Intel Core i3. It's a Transformer book, 16 inch. Oops. It's going a little too fast. Let's punch that dirt down. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just counting. Because if I lose count, I'm not going to be as accurate. It's always good to keep count. That is pretty important. It's gonna have the same concrete as the other houses I built in earlier episodes of the series. Yes, white concrete. Is the answer I'm looking for. This is pretty important. Because white concrete's pretty important in building houses. I'm building a slab of concrete right in this area, right here. I heard that Intel's going to announce the 9th generation Intel Core series processors in October, which is good news for gamers. That would mean they could pack an Intel Core i9 in a laptop. Desktop Intel Core i9 in a laptop. Like, especially Clevo branded laptops, like Sega. Just scratching my nose, that's all. Origin PC. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is just building a house from. Looking. Good. This is good. Good. This looks good. Sounds good. This is good. Let's talk about other stuff too. As Halloween comes up, because when I went off Family Dollar the other day, I saw some Halloween candy. That means Halloween's coming up. That means that people are gonna buy a boatload of candy. Meaning, lots of kids are gonna get sick. A lot of kids are gonna get sick. Yeah. Because if you eat too much candy, you're gonna get sick. This is true. That's actually true. Too much candy can make you sick. I definitely agree. With eating too much candy making people sick. You shouldn't hold all the candy to yourself because that's being rude. That's being greedy. We don't want that. None of us would want to be being greedy. It's unfair for everybody else if one was pretty greedy. An example of greed is corporations exploiting their workers for their own profits. We don't want that. None of us would like that. No one would like that. A gun by itself cannot kill anyone. But people need to know how to use their guns. There are people that are irresponsible that are going crazy with their guns, shooting up schools, concerts, just to name a few. If you know how to use a gun properly, it's not a bad idea to own a gun if you know how to use it properly. Cauldron. Plant in the white concrete, cauldron, trapdoor. Another cauldron. How did Hitler... When it goes to greed with money, dictators tend to get pretty greedy. When it goes to their earnings. Because they get their money from being really powerful. Kitchen layouts. The bathroom layout would be the same. But kitchen layouts would be different for every house. That's where people would mount their TV. Ditch those eggs. Good. Because, you know, this is going to be a vegan community. Every 5 to 10 minutes in Minecraft, a hen has her period. But in real life, hens have their periods on a daily basis. I'm planting those doors in right now. Good. Everything's all good. Again, it cannot shoot by itself. Someone has to pull the trigger in order for the gun to discharge. Or the temperature has to get high enough as well. Most of the homicides are done with a gun, actually. When it goes to stricter gun laws, we need to make them slightly stricter, but at the same time, we need to decriminalize guns for those who shouldn't be having them. The reason why taking guns away from everybody doesn't work everywhere. Look at the Middle East. Their problem is related to terrorism. Gun laws have no effect on terrorism. In fact, it adds fuel to the fire if you take guns away from terrorists. They're gonna get another gun anyway. See, that's the problem with taking guns away. See, that's the problem. If you take a gun away from a terrorist, they're probably gonna lash out. Building farther and farther in to the game. Look. Look at the progress. Because I'm building 2 houses at once, layer by layer. Oops. Much better. I'm putting more windows on. Which is because houses need some natural lighting too. Houses do need some natural lighting too. Not just artificial, but natural lighting. Yes, it'll be sort of like a townhouse. Just like what you'll see it in Full House. The main characters of Full House actually do live in a townhouse, by the way. If you're wondering what type of house they're living in. They're not living in a regular house. They're actually living in a townhouse. By the way, if you're wondering. Let's talk about southern US culture. With people putting peanuts in Diet Coke, or regular Coke. It's always been a thing in the South since at least the 1920s. When people didn't have time to eat. People started putting peanuts in Diet Coke, in their cola. It's not just Coca-Cola they put peanuts in. They also do Diet Coke too. They also do Diet Cola too. Heck, they even put peanuts in Pepsi. And if I moved to Canada, I'd bring that tradition to the Canadians. I'd bring that tradition with me. Because my goal is to blend cultures together. Basically unify our people. Not trying to get too political with my commentary or anything. This is a tub. Look for the trapdoor. Good. Don't forget some glowstone. Because if this was in survival mode, your house would less likely be overrun by creepers. Which is not good. Because parts of your house would explode. Literally. We don't want a damaged house. We don't want that. When it goes to animal shelters, go to a shelter that brings in animals all the time. Because, you know, no-kill shelter, they cause slow death. Doesn't mean no death, it means slow death, more death, and bad death. And that ain't good. Letting people get away with not euthanizing their animals. This would be the bathtub. There is this restaurant in Spain that serves up steaks from cattle that get slaughtered when they're 20 years old. Like, they're very likely bred free range, which is good. But, you know, I'm trying to, you know, I'm still leaving meat off my plate, regardless, because of environmental concerns about not going vegan, about eating meat. There is a pretty big problem with eating meat. It's not very healthy for you anyway. It's not very good for you to begin with. For starters, eating meat's not very good for you to begin with. It's not very good for you to be eating meat. It's not even good for the environment either. Because cattle, they produce a lot of methane, which is a really potent greenhouse gas. Even more so than carbon dioxide. You may think carbon dioxide contributes to global warming. It's not just carbon dioxide that contributes to global warming. There are other greenhouse gases too. They're produced as a result of other industries like factory farming. It's also known as intensive animal farming, where animals are crammed in conditions similar to that of the prison camps of Nazi Germany, and the gulags of the Soviet Union. Which is both not good. Think of George Orwell in his book 1984. Think of George Orwell in his book 1984, where everyone's under constant surveillance by someone called Big Brother. It's unknown if he is a real person or not, but he controls all of Oceania. There was an episode of The Simpsons where Lisa Simpson was like Big Brother on the bus. There was a big screen of her on the bus. I know I'm making this float, but you know, I'm using this as a guideline for the attic. Not all Hitler was like Big Brother in Nazi Germany, even though he was a fascist. I myself, personally, I'm in favor of mass surveillance everywhere, except our homes, because we need some privacy. We do need some privacy. It's good to have some privacy. So people could do their own things in private. Like, have some hot coffee. I'm using that as a euphemism for one of those controversial things from GTA San Andreas. I'm also adding a ladder. Good. Much better. If I place the ladder right here. Why I myself personally am against animal hunting. Not only are abusing an innocent animal that doesn't deserve to die, you're also scaring other living animals too. Which is just as bad. Which is just as bad. Which is why Bugs Bunny always wins in Bugs vs. Elmer. Bugs vs. Elmer Fudd. Which, by the way, are both voiced by the same person. I know another possible design. Wait for this. The Big Brother references, it's not just about 1984. There's also a game show called Celebrity Big Brother. Oops, wrong side. Much better. I'm giving this a trapezoidal front. Because I'd like some unique shapes, too. Not just those two houses from the earlier episodes, but other shapes like trapezoids. But other shapes like trapezoids. I know this concludes our video. Don't forget to like if you liked this video, dislike if you disliked it, subs if you loved it. Click on the bell icon to be notified. Thank you for watching, and as always, peace out.